Welcome to this educational guide on PowerShell Empire, a security testing framework. PowerShell Empire is a powerful tool used in penetration testing, and understanding how it works is crucial for defensive security. In this video, we will explore what PowerShell Empire is, how attackers use it, and most importantly, how security professionals can defend against it. This knowledge is intended strictly for defensive purposes, to help you protect systems and networks from potential threats. PowerShell Empire is a post-exploitation framework that security testers use during penetration testing engagements. It operates by deploying PowerShell-based agents on Windows systems. Once an agent is deployed, it establishes encrypted communications back to the attacker's command server. The framework features a modular architecture, meaning it has different components that work together. These modules allow testers to execute remote commands on compromised systems. PowerShell Empire is popular among red teams because it leverages PowerShell, which is already present on Windows systems, making it harder to detect. PowerShell Empire consists of 6 main components that work together. First, listeners receive incoming connections from agents running on target systems. Second, agents are the programs that run on compromised machines and communicate back to the attacker. Third, modules are specialized scripts that perform specific tasks like capturing screenshots or extracting passwords. Fourth, stagers are small programs that deploy the full agent onto a target system. Fifth, payloads are the malicious code delivered to targets during the initial compromise. Finally, the credentials database stores usernames and passwords harvested during the attack. Understanding these components helps defenders recognize the attack chain. Setting up a listener is the first step in using PowerShell Empire. The command useListener HTTP selects the HTTP listener type. Next, setNameMyListener assigns a name to identify this listener. The setHost command specifies the IP address where the listener will run, in this case, 192.168.1.100. The setPort command defines which network port to use. Here it is 8080. Finally, the execute command starts the listener, which then waits for agents to connect back. This listener acts as the control server that manages all connected agents. After setting up a listener, attackers create a stager to deploy agents. The command useStager Windows/launcher_bat selects a batch file stager for Windows systems. The setListener command links this stager to the previously created listener named myListener. The setOutFile command specifies the output file name, which will be agent.bat. When executed, this command generates a batch file containing PowerShell code. If this batch file runs on a target system, it downloads and executes the full agent, which then connects back to the listener. This is how the initial foothold is established. Once agents are connected, attackers can interact with them using simple commands. The agents command lists all currently connected agents, showing information like computer names and user accounts. To work with a specific agent, the interact command followed by the agent name opens a direct session. Within this session, the shell command executes operating system commands on the compromised machine. For example, shell whoami returns the current username. These commands allow attackers to remotely control compromised systems, gather information, and move laterally through networks. PowerShell Empire includes numerous modules for different attack techniques. The credentials/Mimikatz module extracts passwords and authentication tokens directly from system memory using the famous Mimikatz tool. The collection/screenshot module captures images of the victim's screen at specified intervals. The collection/keylogger module records every keystroke typed by the user, potentially capturing passwords and sensitive data. The situational_awareness/network module enumerates network information, discovering other systems and network configurations. Security defenders must monitor for the execution of these types of activities to detect ongoing attacks. Using a module in PowerShell Empire follows a consistent pattern. The command useModule credentials/Mimikatz/login passwords loads the Mimikatz logon passwords module. The set agent command specifies which connected agent should run this module. Finally, execute runs the module on the target system. In this example, Mimikatz attempts to extract plaintext passwords from the computer's memory. These passwords can include user credentials, service account passwords, and cached domain credentials. Understanding this process helps security teams implement proper memory protections and credential management. Defending against PowerShell Empire requires multiple security layers. First, monitor PowerShell activity by enabling script block logging and transcription, which records all PowerShell commands executed on systems. Second, restrict execution using PowerShell execution policies and app locker rules to prevent unauthorized scripts from running. Third, implement network monitoring to detect unusual outbound connections, especially encrypted traffic, to unknown external servers. Fourth, deploy endpoint detection and response solutions that use behavior analysis to identify suspicious activities like credential dumping or unusual process behavior. These defensive measures significantly reduce the effectiveness of PowerShell Empire attacks. Let's review the key points from this video. PowerShell Empire is a powerful post-exploitation framework widely used in security testing and unfortunately by malicious actors. Understanding its components, including listeners, agents, stagers, and modules, helps defenders recognize attack patterns and indicators of compromise. Proper monitoring of PowerShell activity, combined with execution restrictions and network analysis, can effectively detect and prevent Empire-based attacks. Remember, this knowledge should only be used ethically for defensive security purposes, improving your organization's security posture and protecting systems from real threats. Stay vigilant and keep your systems secure.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.